YouTube starting.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, blast when you ready, though, man.
YouTube is up. Starting Facebook.
Oh, run that back, y'all.
Facebook.
Robbery in progress.
I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in. I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in. I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in. I'ma get this money, man.
Hey.
I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in. I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in. I'ma get this money, man. We'll get your Skrilla in.
My bad. It sounds like you're right on the song. Trying to get there too, man.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Like, look at that dummy.
Yeah.
Trying to get this stack from me. Hey. You hear me? Another fine Sunday. Go ahead, blast that, man. I'm gonna blow my earphone.
You said turn you up.
Turn me up, man.
I got you right there. That's all you gotta say. I got you.
Hey.
And if you owe me, it's best that you pay me, sir. Hunt you down, lock you down, just like an officer. You trying to be cool with three expires where my feelings were.
You hear me? We tapped in, man. Already got three watchers watching.
I'm gonna get this money, man.
You hear me? They come in quick. Yeah, we got Starla in the building today. Hey, Pop showing naked ass in the great state of Oklahoma.
Every time he get me with them.
Yeah, man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Yeah, it's looking good over here.
Great
Like
state
straight over
of
here.
great state of the O. I'm gonna get this money, man.
Ah, shit.
If y'all didn't know, that's Trey Deuce baby, man.
Hey, shout out to Easy.
Shout out to Easy.
I think he made this beat.
No,
Yeah,
man.
he called with it.
He was one of the ones on this shit, man.
Roger.
Oh, my goodness. What's up, David? I see you in the building.
Nothing. Add up. Yeah, it's still nothing.
I may have had a
Lot for you and you.
ain't had shit for nigga
To
that
do what I do.
the way I'm living.
Hey,
Demand me to
get rich.
See, I gotta be on them 20
Come on now.
See, I gotta have the narrative and on my wrist. And that shit gotta be some kush if I'm about to twist.
Hey,
Man.
Have a dream.
Let me know when you ready.
yeah, I'm ready, bro. Go ahead. Welcome back. Welcome back,
y'all.
Welcome back.
Hey, man, this is different for me, y'all. Last week, I felt like I was under some type of quarantine or something.
Hey, 1 week you had Durka Durka podcast.
I knew it.
Shooting the shit, and then the next week you had number Art2O. I feel like it was balanced out, my
I
friend.
don't know, man. I miss y'all, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I miss my family in the
You
building.
know what I'm saying? We got
man.
TVs working and shit. You know what I'm saying? We in there for real.
I
You know what I'm
miss
saying?
my family in the building is all I'm saying. Wait.
Man, we got a special guest today, y'all.
Let's go. I'm going to clap it up one more time.
Got a special guest today. You hear me? Starla K. Smith is in the building. But but before we start our show, we gotta start our show like we start every show. Can I get a RIP to the Kiki?
RIP to the Kiki.
RIP to the Tomcat.
RIP to Tomcat.
RIP to the Marky D.
RIP to Marky D.
And can't forget about Scooter Boot.
And we definitely ain't gonna forget about Scooter.
That's it, man. That's it. I'm getting feedback from somewhere.
Me too, man. That's why I had to take my earphone. I think it's a laptop right there. I had to take my earphone. I'm like, where I heard that from?
Somewhere.
I heard that somewhere. You know, I'm
Yeah.
a stickler.
Well, you got heightened senses, don't you?
I'm a stickler for that, man.
Yes, sir. But we got human service specialist Starla K. Smith in the building. And she's going to be answering questions. She's going to be going over what is a human service specialist and the whole nine. So if y'all got any questions, most definitely tap in. We are going live right now from YouTube. That's the Durka Durka podcast page. We're going live from Facebook. Daryl Mitchell. DM Creations on Instagram.
We over here, y'all.
Instagram Live.
You know,
We're going Big Go Live, Dirty D85.
y'all know y'all can't be left
And
out.
then we're going live from Big Go Live DDC4L OKC.
We over here.
So, and you got anything you going live from, Auntie?
No.
No?
No.
All right. We're still getting,
I'm
we still getting feedback
I'm
from
still getting
somewhere.
some feedback, man. Somebody still listening to the show outside of the show while we on the show.
Okay, so it was you this whole time. All right, good. That's good. That's good. So
I turned mine down so far.
all right, cool.
All right, let's
So
go.
we're going to get right into it because we got another special guest coming. It's going to be Bri Deville for the Art2O.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? So hopefully she ain't on time so we can
Oh, man, I did tell her to show up a little early. I told her to show up a little early. But like I said, man, we can always make the show a show. The show is definitely a show. Let's go.
Shit, but let's kick right into it. What is a human service specialist?
So, thank you all really first and foremost for having me. I want to just take advantage of every opportunity to educate my people and as well, the listeners. Is for everybody, but education, as we know, is power. So that is what my hope is, and I'll come back as often as you need me if people have questions. So to clarify, I have my educational background, as I stated in the promo, is in education as well as human services. So human services is the new word for social work, and social work is very broad. It can be any number of things. So I've served in a lot of different capacities. I still serve in those capacities, but a lot of times it is just to serve a population of people that find themselves in need, typically in government intervention, sometimes not-for-profit, sometimes it is for-profit, but a lot of times when we find ourselves under human services here in the state of Oklahoma, you would go to the Department of Human Services for your SNAP benefit, your food stamps. You would go to the Department of Human Services for child support enforcement. You would go to the Department of Human Services if you had any engagement in foster care services, as well as child welfare services or child protective services, however you would reference it. So that's pretty much what most people associate it with. In Florida, it would be referenced, for instance, as DCF. And so different parts of the country, it's referenced as something different, but ultimately it's pretty much what a social worker would do. And it's just another word because social worker has such sometimes negative connotations, but they're still serving the societal needs of people. So human services.
Human services.
And so that's pretty much my field of expertise.
What's the big difference between Oklahoma and Florida so far? Because you also specialize in Florida as well, right?
In Florida, I worked. So Florida is privatized. If you ended up having to have services, Florida took their monies from federal funds and they privatized it and gave it to case management organizations. So you may have 4 or 5 businesses that handle anytime someone has child welfare involvement, whether, maybe even the child support enforcement piece, that's privatized. So they took those federal dollars, and instead of the government hanging onto it, they give it out to those private entities. And typically they have case management services when that part is concerned under the child welfare bar. Oklahoma gets the federal funding, they keep it under state government, bodiment. So that's why your DHS is still held under your state agency, because it is not privatized. So that's the biggest difference. I didn't work per se for DCF in Florida. We reported up to them, but the agency I worked for, their monies and the fundings and the salaries and all those services they came by way of federal dollars into that one organization, and then they divvied it out to the case management organization. So that's the difference.
So you saying this ain't one of them jobs where you could be like, okay, I know her. Can you hook me up with some benefits?
Oklahoma definitely can't do that. You can't do that in any of those states. No. Those federal dollars are definitely managed. Those are federal dollars.
Oh, so
as we know, the
even if we know you, we can't try to.
I can't hook you up.
Okay, I was just trying to make sure.
Not at all. I may be able to get
Durka Durka podcast trying to get some fun.
I'm hooking you up right now with the knowledge. But I can't flex and get you anything no more than I can get myself.
Copy that.
Got you.
Now, do you have to be 18 years of age to seek human services? Like, can like a 16-year-old that's going through something, or 15-year-old is going through something?
Yeah, if a child is in need, if someone hasn't advocated on behalf of that child, it doesn't mean that the child couldn't call to the hotline and express that they may need some help and see how can we go in. There should always still be some sort of legal oversight or guardianship until a child reaches a certain age. So hopefully that child isn't, if that child is out on the streets because the parent has forsaken them or whatever it is, then yeah, we would still have the opportunity to intervene if DHS is made aware that there's an issue. So it's contingent upon making sure as a community, as a village, or as a people. One of the things I wanted to say about a difference in Oklahoma and Florida, for instance.
Go ahead.
In Florida, it is up to certain people have certain occupations where they report. So in Florida, teachers can report, doctors, nurses, people that are educators, people that are in public service are mandated to report. Oklahoma. So in other words, John Q. Public, Daryl could see some over here. He's just doing his thing. You over here doing your hustle. Nobody's required, because you're not in public service or serve, in the capacity of nursing or whatever, to report something egregious if you see it. In Oklahoma, every single one of us as citizens of this state are mandated to report.
Now,
Florida, it's different.
What are we reporting on the?
If we see some egregious maltreatment in regards to child welfare, of elderly abuse, a lot of times people think about children, and that may be the biggest part, but people also see an older person being taken advantage of, right? And so me and you, if we notice that this kid across the street is always coming over asking for chicken, looks dirty, doesn't seem to be going to school.
No, they're hungry at home.
No, they're hungry. Right. We see that mom maybe has a lot of traffic, and we see that there's a boyfriend that puts the kid out on the porch at 12 o'clock at night when he comes over.
Wow.
And we can't just say, hey, we know it happens.
Yeah, it does.
We are not supposed to sit there and say, well, that's their problem. If Midwest City doesn't come by and see it, the police don't ride by and see it, that's not our problem.
Right.
This state has an expectation in this state that everyone owns that piece of advocacy, because that's ultimately what it is. You make the call because you see something and you're concerned about it. The state then has someone comes in and follow up to determine, is it really what you think you thought you saw? Let us investigate
Ain't
that.
that considered snitching?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, it would be snitching, of
I was
course.
just trying to make sure.
Sometimes snitching is necessary about that.
Yeah, it definitely
Well,
would be snitching.
well, I'm just trying to.
Especially if you saving these babies.
I think it's only snitching, though, if they are doing something wrong.
Yeah, well, I just want to break the culture, period, in that aspect, because
But it is
it ain't nothing wrong to say
It
nothing.
definitely isn't anything wrong with snitching.
Yeah, man.
If you're doing it for somebody who's vulnerable.
Because everybody had their own situations, and they be looking for somebody to snitch whenever it's in their benefit. Too,
Right,
so.
right. So, that's the thing.
So what happens when I see somebody whooping their kid
Well,
and I report that and they get in trouble?
Well, first of all, I don't know what you'd have in terms of where would they even go if you saw it happening in Walmart, right? Somebody you see some, you don't even have a name, you don't have an address, you don't have any of that. You'd almost have to really
Know the
kind
person.
of transition into, not so much knowing them, but you'd almost have to turn into.
Wait a minute, before you go further, would you get in trouble for whooping your kid?
Yeah, because that's a big deal in 2024 now.
It just really depends on who sees it. You should not, the culture now, our societal norm should be that you should not necessarily have to make physical impact with your child in terms of discipline. That's where we are as a society. We've lived
Can't
long
whoop
enough
your kids'
to know.
ass no more, y'all.
Nobody said you can't, but there's a difference in whooping them and who's gonna.
Get in trouble for whooping kids?
Well, I'm just going to say this. I would imagine that we don't advocate it. We don't really want you to do it. But what's the difference? What's the difference in whooping them and knowing when is it too excessive?
This is my question on that, what you just said. Was it some type of study or something that was done for where kids shouldn't be whooped or they should?
If you show them violence, it's been proven that later research has shown that that's the way that the child begins to encapsulate in their mind that that's the way they deal with.
But what if they was a disciplined person as well and they experiencing discipline?
They saying we was raised wrong, bro.
Well, listen, I'm just saying, like, we some of us that was able to accept it as discipline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To mold us into who we are today.
Right.
We looked at it as a positive thing.
It's a positive thing.
But
your parents probably exercised control, right? but you also, for every one of whose parents exercised control and knew, okay, these 3 or 4 or 5 licks with this, I don't, a Hot Wheel racetrack.
Oh, I got one of those.
Okay, a Hot Wheel racetrack, and then I'm gonna put some butter or cream or ointment on it later. But every day you weren't maybe getting beat with the Hot Wheel racetrack because perhaps you implemented.
It was one of those. Whenever I had to pick it up, it was right there at the time.
You knew.
Yeah.
You knew. But there are also many people that have been raised that didn't get whoopings, right? They didn't.
Yeah, some people don't.
Right. Some people didn't. I'm a prime example of that. No spankings.
You didn't get no whoopings?
No whoopings.
Wow.
None.
Pops over like, what the fuck? I got whoopings, goddamn.
Hold on, what just the goddamn minute?
He didn't get whoopings either. He got slapped one time, and it was because
Who'd you get slapped by?
Mom. And
Grandma slapped you?
Yep, and he rolled his eyes.
Ow.
And he was a teenager, but he was a teenager standing at the sink washing dishes.
What'd you do to get? Hold on.
These is the stories y'all got to tune in for. Come on now.
Hold on, you didn't tell me about this one. I've never heard this.
Yes, only one time. One time he got slapped in the kitchen.
Did it bring you back?
I washed the dishes.
What'd you say? You wasn't gonna wash the dishes or what?
Oh, she asked him a question, and she asked him something, and he just kind of did a typical teenage thing. He kind of and rolled his eyes, and our mother was beat profusely, like bad. She lost an eye from being beat with a strap that's on the back of a razor chair. When you go to the barber, they're thick, and her adoptive mother beat her, and when it went across her eye, she even made our mom lie and say that a snowball had hit her in her eye. And up until my mom was even in her 40s, that woman who passed away in California, that was her adoptive mom. But when DCF, because they came in even back then, and this was in the 30s or 40s.
It wasn't the Williams, was it?
It was an adoptive one.
Oh, okay.
And so she told her to lie and say a snowball had hit her in the eye because her eye was bloodshot. I mean, that just proves that, again, I guess it kind of comes down to the child, but she was physically abused as a child in an adoptive home setting, then turned around and had us, and her promise is that I will never beat my own children because
holy shit, I did not.
So that's what happened for real then.
We did not none of us got whoopings.
Except for Pop.
Pop got a slap.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't count
rolling
as
his
a
eyes.
whooping.
Yeah, man, got to keep them eyes
That wouldn't count
straight.
as a whooping, and it broke her heart. It really
I would see that, especially being a parent that don't want to be that type of disciplinary.
I have to do that, and so, but I done it like again impulsive. My father would cuss us out, like so you would get lashed with words, and that's pretty much what kind of parent I turned out to be. So I will talk my kids to death to the point where they be like, if I got a whooping, it would probably been great. But other than that, so again, whooping. I don't want to say to answer your question, am I going to get in trouble for it? But if I beat my kid, if I'm in there, and there are some people who are stressed, you really shouldn't engage when you're angry. It's no different than what we see, kind of like maybe I just need to decompress for a minute. So how do you gauge what's excessive and what's not? And so the thing is it's better, I think, as a collective societal norm is, you know what? Try your best not to. But I'm not going to say on a personal setting that I don't think a whooping isn't beneficial, but you also have to exercise some sort of disciplinary controls when you're making physical contact.
Well, I have to turn it back a little bit then, because you're talking about this new discipline ain't gonna work like that, but that old discipline is what made us think the way we think and move the way we moving now.
But they saying it wasn't right.
But
look, that you all are probably the last of a generation that exercises still respect.
Yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
Because this
It wasn't right, brother.
Would you all concur that these new ones, these
No, they
13s,
don't.
12,
ask
they
me.
haven't got their butts whooped?
No.
Hell no, you can tell.
Can
They
you
friends.
tell?
They
Can
friends
you
with
tell?
their parents.
They're
Yeah.
friends
Yeah.
with their parents,
Yeah.
and if they're not friends with them, their parents are probably afraid of them.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah.
And so when
They
society,
done waited too long.
So
Man.
I'm gonna be honest. Let's bring it on in then. So when you start hearing, and I know this is a whole different road, which is not why I'm here. When you start hearing them talking about the whole, and even though it seems different and somebody may not agree with this, when you start hearing them talking about let's get back to whatever, like let's bring God back in it. Let's bring him back into politics.
Make
and all
America
that
great
kind of
again.
stuff, right? I think some of those origins are let's try to make the unit the way it is because they're intervening and imposing it on us. But in the end, some of those kids could have probably really benefited from more structure, right? Because when we started taking it away, something got a little out of control. So you guys are part of the last generation that I would say I can see still we're kind of
Got that
even
ass
if we
whooped.
go back to the beginning, the word says, and I'm very big in the word. The word says, if you spare the rod, you hate your child.
So
It
does
means
that
if you
mean?
don't offer correction?
So that means, if you living in that word, and shout out to my boy Jason. He said he like her views. Talking about you. You sparing the rod. Does that mean you're not giving the whooping?
You're not.
you sparing the
And
rod,
then
brother.
it means you
I
must
just want to
hate
break
the
it down
child.
for the folks. So,
Yeah, you sparing the rod means that you hate the child because they need the discipline. They need the structure. Children thrive.
So
in
why is they changing it so much in law then?
Well, it wasn't.
they-
But there
if
has
we was
never
going
been
to-
a
'cause
law
we
that
had this
said
guy-
you can't whoop the children. That's why I said that's discretionary. If he saw somebody getting a whooping in Walmart, would he be offended? Now, somebody standing next to him getting a gallon of milk be like, hell yeah, tear that up.
Yeah, tell that.
He may be feeling like, oh my God.
That's too much.
Too much.
Do not
and
hit
I'm
that.
going to
Oh
go
my
and
God.
follow
Hit that
them to
little
their
person.
car. That's why I said he'd have to have some demographics. He'd have to almost turn into a whole nother person, stop shopping, follow them through the store, wait to get out because he can't just call to the hotline and say, there's a woman who in a black shirt in a Walmart. This is the store location.
be a Karen.
This is what street. Yes. I was trying not to say that. And he'd have to have more specifics to call in and say, there's a person whooping their child.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's going to lead to a removal. That may not even lead to an investigation because we live now also in a society at this time where everybody's sensitive about everybody else's Kool-Aid and
Yeah,
trying
right.
to know the flavor.
Your
So
shit
to
is-
be
And what's
honest-
up? And what's up with people wanting to record them disciplining
Well,
their
because
children
that's
and
where
putting on
we are.
YouTube?
It's the new age.
And can you report that as well? Oh, and hold on, before I go too far, shout out to our viewers. We got a lot of people commenting, and man, shout out to Tony Tat.
Let's
That's
go.
Ken Folk right there, and she said, "Do they give you a heads up that their children will be removed?"
Yes, they even if they're talking to your children, they by law they're supposed to notify you if they're going to go to the school and interview your children. If a call and a report comes in,
Wait a minute.
So it ain't no pop ups.
The kids' school interview your kid without you?
they let you know that they've spoken to your
That's
child.
in Florida, right?
No,
That's just in
here
Florida.
too.
Here in Oklahoma.
Here in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying that
Damn,
they,
that's some
they
good
don't-
knowledge, y'all.
They gonna let you know, but they still might already be there.
Talk to the child.
But I'm
If
saying the
if there's a
setup, though.
report. But they're gonna let you know that they're gonna be speaking to your child. Depends on
Ooh-wee,
your
we
worker.
got some shit
Or
today,
that
y'all.
they're gonna go to the school and talk to your child if they can't find the child at home.
Yeah. So it's gonna be in front of his peers.
Well, they're gonna take them in the counselor's gonna call them and all that, and then they're gonna take them to a separate room, and then they're gonna do.
In the office, they'll know.
No, the principal may get them, and then they don't know who this person is. No, they don't.
It's gonna be talked
The
about
kid's
afterwards.
not gonna
at
know
least,
who
you
the
know.
CPS worker is. How would the child know who it is? You're a stranger to the child.
I mean, if it was already some
No,
talk,
they wouldn't. I used to go to a school there in Florida, pick up a kid. And I think I've been to some schools here in Oklahoma City. I don't always tell who. I may tell the administration who I am, but the child doesn't know who you are when you come in.
so they not really expecting like to be.
No, they're
brought
not
up in a
expecting to be
situation then.
brought up in a situation because let's think, and I'm going to tell you why it's not as complicated. If I'm living in a house where all my family is feeding me, my mama's on meth, she's messed up, and all I'm eating is dry ramen noodles in the middle of the floor. How do I know what the house next door is doing? How do I know that that's not normal?
Shit.
So
you don't
if
know 'cause you
somebody
don't know that.
realizes that if my daddy is sleeping with me, I'm thinking all the daddies sleep with their kids. I don't know. When a kid is living in that situation, that's all that they know. And so that's what you think is going on. So they don't know that there's something wrong until that's why, when people homeschool their kids, a lot of times you don't even know what's going on because there's no other eyes on them, right? Like you
Because
keep
they
it
don't
at
have
home.
nobody
That's
really
why
to report to, huh?
Right. Abusers
Right.
usually will kind of move you to the country. They kind of
Isolate
isolate
you.
you.
Yeah.
Because then other people don't get to put their eyes on you. So you be like, I'm going to keep my kid at home. And even though it may be because the educational fortitude of the business is compromised, or the school education system is compromised, and so you can give them a better education, that also though shuts out people being able to see. So let's say that child is sitting there and they only eating dried ramen noodles, no water's on in the house, there's no OG&E running in the house, and that's all they know. Somebody gets a wind of it because the kid happens to always be begging other kids for their food. Somebody gets concerned, that person decides to snitch, and then somebody comes to the school and just says to the kid, hey, can you tell me about what goes on at your house? What do you eat?
And
Can
they
you
wasn't
this?
doing
And
nothing
then
but just
they
telling
may
the truth.
make of it so the child doesn't necessarily know
Yeah.
who that is that comes to the school and begins to ask the questions.
And
The
that's you,
older
right?
Right. That would not be. No, that's not me.
Go ahead and make a plan.
Another person.
Put it out there.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Look, another person.
Another person, all right.
Yeah. And so then the child would not necessarily know. So they wouldn't know. The counselor, that's who they know is the staff at the school. They're going to come and get them and say, hey, there's a lady or a gentleman here. There's men that do this as well. There's a gentleman here to talk to you. And that person will usually sometimes will stay in the room. It just depends on if the age of the child, all those things go into it. Because older kids, they already know. I ain't telling nothing. I ain't snitching. I'm not
'Cause
going
they
to
had
say
already
because
been
they
taught
already
from
know.
they
They're up-
mothers and
right,
fathers.
keep
Y'all
their
usually
mouth shut.
come out after y'all get the hint to come out, though,
That
right?
somebody's reported
Somebody done
something,
already
that there may
said
be
something.
Right. Nobody. Yeah. Somebody usually has to make report of a concern, and if it validates it, every call that comes in doesn't always get a visit. They would never. Workers would never get to go home. Like, it is a 24/7, 7-day-a-week kind of thing, but every single call depends on whatever you say. He calls. I just saw a lady whooping her kid in Walmart. That may not be enough to warrant it. But if you saw the child getting a whooping, the mom bite the kid looked like he started bleeding, and then when they got to the car, the mom started punching it in his throat, his chest. That's something a little different.
That's something way
That's
different.
something a little different.
I ain't
right?
never
That's
seen
a
or
little
even
different.
thought about nothing like that. And, I didn't even.
I don't even know how
I mean,
somebody
you know
can really
things
just walk
happening
by
like
and
that.
just not do anything at all. Cause
But
shit.
still, to have your mind be that mind to even think to go there, though, because, things
There's people that
happen,
there's people that do way worse.
Yes.
but it's just
There's
like,
people that do way worse.
dang. So, shout out to the ones that have been advocating for therapy, for the adults that have been coming up in your own trauma.
Oh, shit.
Because some of us, we don't know how to deal with that stuff, and other folks do, man. They've been trained to. So it's all right to reach out and do your thing.
That's why I said, man, and some snitching is good.
It
you know?
is. It is really
Sometimes you do need to.
Yeah,
You
because
said all snitching is good.
Unless you the one doing the crime and then you want to snitch on somebody to get out of it.
a lot of people
Right.
ain't telling on themselves.
right.
Well, that's the definition of snitching to me. You was doing the crime with whoever,
Right.
and then you trying to get yourself some time reduced, and then you snitching on everybody that was in the group that you did the crime with. That's some bitch shit. Yeah, but you see a child going through something like that, getting punched in the throat and getting bit till they bleed. I mean, man, come on now.
That's something different.
So
We have to
I
protect
want to
these
also
babies.
say though, one of the biggest things, and I don't know if you guys realize it or not, but our state in the nation, our state is extremely high on IPV, which is intimate partner violence and domestic violence. So
Whoa.
it means statistically we're one of the highest in the nation.
This is a church state.
But it's Arkansas. No, I'm just. I ain't
He said we next up right there, man.
I didn't mean that, y'all. My bad.
I didn't say we are
He
the
pulled y'all right in there with
My fault.
And I would love to, even if it's a little bit of a follow-up, give you the actual statistical data. I should have had all that ready before I got out here, and that's my bad. But
Church state though.
and your
Don't be like that.
fee-
Come on now. We had already established this with the
It can't
police.
be a high-
Yeah, a lot of intimate partner violence. So when we talk about snitching, and I know we're talking about children, I just want to say that there's going to be times where you may find yourself reporting about somebody that you see that she's not advocating for herself. Most women or people, let's just not even make it gender specific. Most people that are dealing with abuse will return to the abuser 7 or 8 times. Physical abuse is one of the things, but sometimes it's financial. The power just shows up. There's a will that they do about DV, and sometimes people think it's always just me getting physically beat up, but it could be that she doesn't have her own transportation, doesn't have her own money, no bank accounts, doesn't have any engagement. The isolation kind of comes in there, just control and power. And so a lot of times people see it and they don't say anything. So even if it's calling the hotline to express concerns, not just about vulnerable children, but about a young woman or a young man that you see that may be going through some forms of abuse, and if you have concerns, and do they know where to go for help? You would not have. And again, that's because for some reason our number's high. Maybe it is because they go to church every Sunday, but when they leave the church, she's getting a living, you know what, whipped out of her. And by the time church comes back around that Sunday, her bruises have healed and you didn't see it, but they know. That does not absolve anybody. One of the biggest things I think I learned when I started doing child welfare is that the monster doesn't look like a monster. They look just like all four of us in this room. They just regular people. They the people you work with. They're the people you fellowship with. Yes, in your place of worship, they're the people that you kick it with. You know, at the club, they're the people that you kick it with on your bowling, baseball team. They're just ordinary people who don't necessarily know how to deal with whatever life is throwing at them. Because each one of us all has something on our plate. It's heavy.
Have you seen any of these folks in real life?
What people?
I know I ain't supposed to be asking these questions.
No, answer.
I've seen them in real life.
These folks that you have to deal with, you know, behind the scenes, you know, where they like.
I've seen some in the store, like here in Oklahoma. I've bumped into one. I went to a restaurant, and she worked at the restaurant. I don't even think I processed in my mind. But, yeah, there's times I've seen them in personal places. Sometimes I'll wait to see if they're going to engage me. If they say, hey.
I'm about to say, is it wrong for you to acknowledge them? And, you know,
I won't. I'll act like I don't know them because, again, it's confidential.
Yeah.
So if they say something to me, I'm going to smile and say, hey. And it's no different. I've got to still be friendly to the guy that I know has perpetrated against his baby
be a
daughter.
person to him.
I still got to be friendly to the guy that I know is sexually, potentially doing something to his child, and that's why we removed. I can't be mean to him. Still got to offer him services. I still have to give him the opportunity to get himself together, or the mother that's done something.
how have you learned how to suppress that?
Man, because that's
hard,
man.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but you still have to show up and try to say, let's get you into services. Let's turn this behavior around. Let's see what's going on with you that makes you do this thing that you do. Now, if it's really egregious, we're not trying to reestablish the child going back into the home. We're trying to probably end the rights and let the children go somewhere else where they're safe.
Right.
Like that kind of is how that happens. And that's when you hear me say egregious, because that means it has to be like really, really bad. To do that. But sometimes everybody needs some help, because maybe that person was most people, when you find out even about sexual predators, they've been sexually prepped on themselves, right? You understand that. So they may need some help and didn't get it. So you still have to be cordial to them. I can't be a vigilante and then say I'm here to be of service.
Right.
Anybody in this field is of service. There's something innate in them. It's not the highest paying field. It is something in them that, whether you want to say it's attributed to a higher power or something innate in them that makes them go out and be of service to people. So no, you still are friendly. You still, hey, how are you doing? I'm not socializing with them, taking them to the local grocery store or none of that kind of stuff. But if they don't speak to me when they see me in public, then that's cool. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Wow.
Because if I'm with you, you know what I do. So the minute I say something to the person, then you think, that must be right.
That must be
yeah,
such and
I'm not
such,
going to breach their confidentiality that way. If they say hey, they say hey.
Now it's 2024. So I know you've seen like a rise of like some different situations. Have you ever seen anything to where you see same-sex partnerships, or you know, like or like role reversal, like men actually getting abused, or anything that's out of the norm?
Yeah, there are
people that might be scared to speak about that you also help people with.
Yeah,
have you ever seen anything out of the norm?
I don't want to even be gender specific.
Okay.
A lot of times we keep thinking women, but there are men who are abused, and in same-sex relationships, yes. So there are men in some of the programs that I deal with right now that are victims. There are men that are victims, because you all know that there's females out there that have the capacity to physically do things to people. And there's the same thing even in same sex. They're not absolved from DV or any of those types of things either. So this is, again, just, it seems like population wise, if we get into gender specifications, then yes, it would seem that the women seem to still hold a higher level of being victimized. But ultimately, there are men who have been victimized. There are men who are seeking services here that we have in the state. There are people that are still seeking services, and it does not matter about the gender.
Wow. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So
do they have counseling for men?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we have counseling for men, shelters where the men can stay, as well as where children and wives and families can stay, things like that. Great, you have shelters that some people don't leave just because they have dogs and they don't know where their pets are gonna go, right? And so you have some shelters that now have kennels and stuff built in them, so when the family gets ready to flee, they can bring their pets and stuff too. Because there are people that their pets are just like their family as well. Well, if I get up and me and the kids leave, or just I get up and leave, what am I gonna do with my pets? So sometimes when they get ready to make the decision to flee, they have shelters that meet all those needs, as well as again for men with the children and things like
I don't think that we've actually we've got into how long have you been doing this?
This is upgrading my second career. So I want to say a little bit more than 12,
Don't worry about
about
that.
12 years.
12 years?
12 years, starting out in Florida, yeah.
And you started out in Florida. Okay, so how long were you in Florida before
In
you came to Oklahoma?
Florida, in Florida, I was doing it. I want to say here in Oklahoma, I'm going on year 5. And so in Florida, that was where I started. And in Florida, I worked only with teenagers. I worked with the human trafficking unit, certified in human trafficking, and the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. A lot of times those would kind of cross paths with one another.
Wow.
Because the children, the teenagers would run, they'd end up getting exploited, right? And they'd be missing, and they'd end up being trafficked. Some trafficking can start just with your mom needing to get high, and she tricked you out.
She tricked you out.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where it can start. And so that's what that young girl gets familiar with or acclimated with.
Oh, shit, man. This
And
is some
sometimes
heavy
parents
stuff,
are
y'all.
just in denial, right? And so that's where it started, was in Florida with teens. Then when I transitioned here to
Be a
Oklahoma,
lot of that in Oklahoma.
the human trafficking is again up and really rising. Those numbers are getting really, really big in Oklahoma, but nationwide, it's really a big deal.
Do you think that's where a lot of that missing person stuff is coming from? It's
Being
from
trafficked, but and nobody talks about it, and then you go down that rabbit hole. People coming up missing also, though, because we know there's a big market for people trying to get organs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We
even
seen
if they
that it was
start
like a
out
black
yeah,
market
even-
type
yeah,
thing.
black market.
What do you do? What can you do with an organ?
They sell it.
You can't just go to a hospital and say, "Hey, I got
Yeah, but it looks, and it's
shit
funny.
out here for you."
But not being honest, be honest, sometimes art is really imitating life. So it doesn't mean that there's not doctors on the down low getting paid to
Under the
implant
table,
a
yeah.
kidney in
Yeah,
you.
so
They making money because they might have a drug issue, but they know how to still perform surgery and get everything that they need. And it sounds far-fetched, but the truth is the truth. They're fine. Those kids could start out maybe being trafficked, and then somebody comes up missing, or not even somebody being trafficked. Somebody could be a healthy, it's funny, but there are young boys between the ages of like 13, 14, 15, 16 that are healthy. They're playing their junior high football in school and stuff. There's just as much equal concern about them being abducted. Because guess what? Healthy organs, finding young men that have nothing left inside of them when they find their bodies.
But
Because
even-
their kidneys, their hearts, and their lungs are healthy.
Even you talking about the doctors and stuff and all those being involved, those could be the ones that are involved with the trafficking.
could
Absolutely.
Too,
I
because
mean,
they have the connections. Wouldn't you say? I mean, being in that upper type of
upper
you
echelon.
just never
the
know.
money
I think
type of
when you
stuff
start
part.
seeing what it was their boy Epstein and all those.
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
And that's way up there. But I don't think you should dismiss. That's the thing, is the obliviousness to that. It could be on a level with your everyday blue collar, white collar crimes. So I'm not trying to again validate any conspiracies or anything. I'm just saying that yes, children do go missing. Young people, women still have to be concerned about being out, because you're not absolved from getting drugged and taken either, right? And so even taking trips abroad, and when we see young ladies saying I'm going here and there, those are valid, genuine concerns about the fact that you may or may not make it back, because you could just disappear. So those things are very, very real. I
Clarence-
don't have any questions because I know my time is
Clarence Campbell said, black market organs.
yes.
Do you,
Black market.
has the state or any law enforcement agency compiled a list of things a person can do to protect themselves?
You know, I think phones are great. Like, we talk about them being bad for people videoing, but phones are great because you can also keep up with somebody's location, right? And that's also how they track criminals when it pings off of. There are people that are forensic. Oklahoma has one of a really, they have some of the top people that can take your phone and get forensics off of them, and find it.
Any kind of list up? I want to go out of the country. Is there a list anywhere?
Well, we see that. Like Jamaica recently, I think, was on a red or yellow alert crimes or things that were happening, and they were just telling you to be careful. So they don't want to, of course, cause pandemonium or any of that. So there are things, like I said, people sharing your location and where you're going. That's just communication. It should never be still taken for granted. Those are things that are very real. But as a entity for your state, it's trying to notify you, hey, you want to be careful when you're going to this place. How should you behave when you go there?
What should a person check?
I think, first of all, you just need to be communicating to whoever you're getting your travel trip through. You should be being mindful of the places that you're traveling to. You need to research that. Again, information is power. And we now live in an age where there's no...
The state ain't got
no excuses.
kind of webpage or nothing?
No. Because the state is not going to know where anybody has a desire to travel.
They not really trying to acknowledge it either, right?
Right. Well, you don't want to cause,
Come on now.
Well, you don't want to cause pandemonium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because you already said they ain't trying to really have no
Nobody's
upgrade.
going to say, if you come to Oklahoma, we don't want you to go to this part of town. Like, we're not going to say that because it could just
They
be...
used to do that when I traveled for business. They say, like I went to Compton. And a schooling that was next to Compton or whatever, and they say, hey man, after 6, don't have your ass out.
But did the state give you that notification?
No, that was
It's the
that was
business,
the community.
right? So it depends on who you're doing business with. But the state they have no way of knowing where its citizens are planning on traveling today. Like it didn't tell me today, Starla, be careful. My GPS said your route. I was coming in all the way from Waterloo Road on the back end of Edmond.
You was out there.
I was out there. It said to me, your routes might be compromised because of flooding, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my GPS giving me that. But I can't say my state governing body is going to say to me today, be careful. The news did their part, and it's for me to take advantage of being informed. Did you guys have any other questions?
Yeah, we also got Tony Tash. She's on YouTube. Hey, shout out to all our viewers that's commenting right now. Y'all keep coming through with these questions.
Don't come.
She said, when you say shelters, is that part of Vine?
No. Vine is a totally different product. Vine is a program for people that are incarcerated. It is for victims. Vine stands for Victim Information Notification Every Day. Oklahoma victims have rights. The rights were established in 2014. October 2014, our state implemented statutory and constitutional rights for victims. So victims of crime, if the person who victimized you is caught and ends up being incarcerated even if somebody gets picked up for jail today, once they go to jail and they're processed through booking, you can register as a victim to know where that person is. So the state of Oklahoma provides that to victims of crime. That's part of your constitutional right as a victim of crime. And so that Vine will let you know where the inmate is, and you can register to get notified if the inmate's getting out, if they're on the docket for parole, if they're released, if they've escaped, if they've died in custody, if they've been picked back up from escape. Vine also will give notifications on VPOs. So that's a great question, Tony. I appreciate it. VPOs will let you know that if I get a restraining order on you, and for those who don't know what a VPO is, that is a victim protection order. So the victim protection order and the restraining order, they're interchangeable. But the VPO, you can also register your VPO to know when this person has been served. For people who are victims of crime in a domestic violence situation, you tell that person who's been victimizing you, you decided you're going to flee, and then you turn around and have the police or the sheriff's office serve them with something that says they can't come within 500 feet of you temporarily, permanently, for 5 years, whatever it is. That is the highest and most critical time where most victims end up perishing, because the person feels like, oh, now you're going to put boundaries around me. Yeah. So Vine also will let them register to be notified once the VPO has been served. So that they know, like, maybe I want to be extra cautious because this person just got served with a victim protection order. The judge has granted it. So Vine is different. And again, Vine is a program that our law enforcement tells victims about when they get the calls, as well as our domestic violence shelters, or any of the shelters here in the state of Oklahoma. Not so much shelter where you go to stay. I encourage women, children, families, men to go to these service providers because they help them with safety planning. They help them in sexual assaults.
What's they call? Because I know it ain't just Vine, right?
No, Vine is a network of communicating to you. And so, does anybody know anybody in jail right now? Vine is something different. Let me just show you that really quick. Vine is a mobile app. You can go, and that's kind of it. You can go on www.vine.com or call to register. But let's say I want to find out what's going on with somebody in jail. See, Vine is an app.
Oh,
okay. So Vine is different. You can pick which state. I'm going to pick Oklahoma.
We need to post this information in the comments, too.
Man.
Yeah, so you can pick your state, I go down here. It's only in 46 states. Oklahoma happens to be one of them. Who am I searching for? I'm looking for. I'm trying
Y'all
to
should
find
do this before y'all start dating weird motherfuckers
Get
online
on
too.
Vine, man.
Get on
That's
Vine,
well,
goddamn.
that's only going to matter if they're in jail. Vine's only going to hold
That's
this
only for that.
information 14 days after they've been let out. You can go see if somebody's got a record on
Yeah,
OSC
that's
in
public-
Oklahoma.
that's public
You can
information.
search the cases on that.
I had Terrell Mays in the building. He said, "What type of discipline would be correct these days versus physical?"
Again, it's at a parent's choice. There, a lot of times it depends on your child.
Oh,
It
so you
depends
punch
on
them in the throat?
age. It depends on age too. You know, if your child is really connected to their Xbox, maybe I'm gonna take that for a minute. But if they have reached a point already, I'm gonna be honest with you. Between 0 and 5 years old, that's the time to formulate any type of structure with your child. By the time a child is 5, their personality's already been established. And if you want to not be chasing the horse after it's already out of the barn, you need to already kind of set that. And it sounds crazy, like, oh, they're 0, oh, they're 2, they're 3, and the terrible 2s. But you get to establish. You've been entrusted with the child. That's by
So that's
divine
where the-
order. And so you establish that with them. But if the child gets to the age where all of a sudden I'm finna try to parent you at 15, and I'm gonna take your Xbox, they might very well be like, YOLO, I don't give it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
fuck it.
then
Who
it don't
cares?
matter to me because you didn't do that before. So they
That's where
have,
the
if you have to
spoilers
give
kick
them,
in,
yeah. The fact that, again, you've been their friend or you've spoiled them. So they don't care. Every time they want something, you giving it to them and they don't know how to say no. And then all of a sudden you financially can't keep up something that you done started. So as in a relationship, as in parenting, you have to start things the way you want them to finish. So other things would be, maybe I'm not going to let you stay on the game all night on Friday night. Tonight, you're not going to be online playing the game. Tonight, you're not going to have your phone. I'm taking your phone. I'm putting certain restrictions on it. Nope, you can't go spend the night with your friend, and your friends can't come here. And so it depends on age-appropriate things. All of that stuff is out there. Recommendations and suggestions are on the internet as well. But some things that work for one 13-year-old in your house may not work for the next 13 in your house. It just depends on what's significant to them. But a lot of times, just consequences and actions, because if you don't teach them at home, these streets got it for you. We have law enforcement
they
officers
do.
out there that will gladly teach them.
Now whenever you Google human services, you pop up with like on Google, for instance, it says you have 6 areas of human services. 1 is education, 2 is income transfer, 3 is health, 4 is housing, 5 is employment training, 6 is personal services. Which one do you fall under? And if somebody was interested in getting into a line of field that you're in, then how do they go about what steps do
So,
they take to get in?
For me, like my education, college education, and my college degrees are in human services, and the other degree, my college degree is education. I would say that health and human services. We have the Department of Human Services, which is on a federal level, right? And so that's a bigger thing, and they probably get more into income transfer, education, human services. So it again, remember I said that at the beginning, it's broad. I would fall more under, not under employment, but personal services. DHS would be personal services, sort of like I said, if a person needs their food stamps, if they're needing help with, in Florida, DCF also handle the child support enforcement piece, right? Because most of your people who are needing help with food stamps, usually the first thing they're going to do is try to establish, are you, as the person who's getting benefits, getting any type of support from the person who you procreated with and made this baby before the state has to assume the debt of caring for you and making sure you and your child have food.
They trying to make sure you ain't take care of them.
That's
and
like
they
more. That was a lie. There's a lot of that shit going on for
Yeah.
sure.
They say
and
you
so
take care of him.
Some
Nah.
people will say, "Hey, no, I had sex with somebody during a party, and I don't know whose baby it is." Okay, well, if I can't identify who the baby daddy is, then okay, there's nothing they can do about that, right? But if I know who the father is or the mother, maybe then don't get me wrong, there's daddies, right, with their kids, and I need to know where mom is, and so mom needs to pay because dad's got this kid, and he shouldn't have to be getting food stamps unless you're not meeting your end of it. So mothers get child support enforcement as well on them, and so that does fall under human services as well, and that could be your income transfer, making sure that those needs are being met.
Terrell said it starts in the beginning. He do agree. We is rolling up on the 6 o'clock hour, man. Let the people know again, man, how they can find any of this information, where they can follow you, you know, just to keep them updated to where they can get like the domestic violence type information, all
We're
that.
posting all of this information
So
in the comments
I'm
too,
gonna
y'all.
ask you guys to post this. If you want, if anybody ever feels unsafe or knows someone that feels unsafe, you can dial the 1-800-799-7233. That's 1-800-799-SAFE, SAFE. Here locally, if you know someone that wants to just find out about what information and services in Oklahoma City and Oklahoma County, you can go to Palomar, which is downtown on Hudson. You can go to the YWCA off of Northwest 39th. Out in the more Norman area, you have the Women's Resource Center. I will gladly share a number you can reach me at if you're just trying to get basic information, because all I'm going to do is direct you where you need to go. So I'll share that. Vine, again, is www. That's if you know someone incarcerated, you want to register. If you find that's strictly incarceration status of inmates. If they're on probation and you want to get notified about how they're moving around on probation or whatever, that's where you would go to Vine. VPO, same thing. Sexual assaults, your sexual abuse, go to your Palomar, your YWCA. You can always go even out to the Oklahoma Attorney General's website, go to the tab that says Victim Services. If you go to Victim Services, you can get information on the Victim Services about different designated organizations that can help you. As far as child welfare is concerned, or even adult protective services, an adult that's being neglected or abused, that would fall under DHS. Okay, so victim services, you can get some help again through, even if you just Google the Attorney General's office, and they have a victim service information about different things. And then if it's child welfare related and or adult protective, I would strongly encourage you to call the DHS hotline. That number is 800-522-3511, and it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. And again, I can't remind you enough, everybody, that you are part of the solution if you see a problem.
Now, is there a way they can reach out to you specifically if they're not comfortable with going through any of these channels? Can they reach out to you, and do you have a contact?
My name is Starla Smith. You can reach me at 405.
Oh, you famous now.
Come on now.
I
always get his disclaimer, man.
Yeah,
you sure you want to do that? You sure?
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave my business card here. I'm going to ask them to contact you since they saw me on this wonderful, wonderful platform.
Let's go.
Already.
And then you all can filter that out, because I am a busy woman here in this state, and I travel a lot. Just on the side note, I travel the state training law enforcement.
There you go.
So, but I also want to make sure my community knows what's going on, and I also spend time training advocates that I'm encouraging you all to network with. So I'll leave my business card. You all can then direct me.
We'll post it. You're gonna give me the numbers you want me, and we'll put it in.
Right, and they can put it in there, and then if somebody needs some general information, I'll gladly give it to them. I can't thank you guys enough, and I'll
you
maybe
did great.
set up a pseudo email, so if people have some direct questions, I always want to be a blessing to those when I can be. So sure,
Man, and shout out to our viewers too, man. Y'all been great, man, leaving comments. We are approaching the we're at 6:03 now. Y'all hit up that Durka Durka podcast on YouTube. Most definitely get up with us on the Big Go Live, Dirty D85. Daryl Mitchell again on Facebook. We also got DM Creations on Instagram. We're about to turn over to the Art2O. We got Bri Deville in the building.
You heard me?
You know what I'm saying? So,
I think that I definitely want to say, too, before we get out of here with Starla, we definitely need to set this back up again, man, so we can go back in, because you saying you was on the training the police side, man. We definitely need to dive into that a little bit more.
especially with that last one we had.
Because we having problems in the country still, so we definitely want to revisit that. So anytime we can get you back on here, man, we definitely going to try to set that back.
Sounds
This was
great.
dope.
Okay,
Always
thank you
dope,
for having
man.
me.
Thank you for coming,
Yep. And we're about to turn on over to Art2O.
Okay, I got the screen off.
Okay.
Thank you guys for got me down here.
Man, that was dope as hell.
Okay. Well, if there was some questions, you can always send them to me.
Okay.
Figure it out.
We sure appreciate you.
Okay.
So I need to make a little meme for that.
It ain't really that big of a deal. I'm a program manager for the state.
swallow the key. No apologies, gonna feast. This is all you can eat.
Bow your heads while I say grace. Came a long way. Platinum platters from paper plates. DDB, we got the soul food. All you can eat, we bout to show you.
Gotta eat though, make it look easy like a free throw. We go, fly high, soaring like an ego. Debo, hit the beat like a torpedo. Cause we know the lingo, stay on top like jingles. Loyalty, hit 'em with the stub poetry. When it come to DDB, you looking at the royalty. Technique, nigga, if you don't work, you don't eat. With this fire ass fleet, it's a must we drop heat.
Feast, DDB, ENT, we demolishing beasts, killing everything on the scene, ain't no problem to me. Got it on lock, we swallowed the key, no apologies, gonna feast, this is all you can eat. Feast, DDB, ENT, we demolishing beasts, killing everything on the scene, ain't no problem to me. Got it on lock, we swallowed the key, no apologies, gonna feast, this is all you
Somebody
can
said a
eat.
feast, you playing with a fat boy, fork on the spoon, about to your hat, boy, his hands get loose. You about to go nap, boy, I'm at the table eating. And this ain't just a rap, boy, whole click, hungry, stomach sound like grits. Napkin tucked in my t-shirt, I'm about business. It's DDB, got the rap game and a DDT. Bars drop you on your head, call it EMT, I'm told.
Demolish beats in, niggas like the Taliban inside the hand. Leave you where you stand so you'll know where we stand. Oh, you don't like it? And nigga, talk crazy cause I can, nigga. Militant, killing shit like I ran, nigga. Everything go as I plan, nigga. Starving, we eating, y'all fasting, we feasting. So buckle your seats and exposure was decent. Flow nasty as the food in the precinct and happened here recent. And my jeans not the ones you shit precinct.
Feast, DDB, ENT, we demolishing beasts, killing everything on the scene, ain't no problem to me. Got it on lock, we swallowed the key, no apologies, gonna feast, this is all you can eat. Feast, DDB, ENT, we demolishing beasts, killing everything on the scene, ain't no problem to me. Got it on lock, we swallowed the key, no apologies, gonna feast, this is all you can eat.
Inside of my bag, digging deep inside of my stash. Ready to clash, collect the souls, collecting my cash. Feeding the streets, been hungry and I'm ready to eat. Smelling the fear by your stance, I can tell that you weak. Won't be discreet, DDB, never stand silent. The roar of a lion, can't fall in line, we defiant. Grab a plate, this piece is for all, we ain't greedy. Feed the needy, if you hungry, you just come and see me.
Finna feast on the beat, cause these bitches are sweet. Fucking once, then I don't repeat, I ain't posting a tweet. Send a text, no, I'm forgetting that hoe in a week. Fuck, I look like bringing it out to one of my shows to tweet. I just let them know that we bonding, this how it's supposed to be. And if you ain't a part of the label, you isn't close to me. And if you ain't come through with some money, don't be approaching me. The moment you hear something about shadows, already know it's me.
Yellow jackets, rapping is cannibalism habit. Alpha convoys, looming distinguished wills I'm packing. Media crunch for lunch, eating y'all up like cracklings. Affixing all the detents, affirming on my taxes. Far from sweet, we gases, you niggas rap molasses. Not to play with criminal minds, rebody you in acid. Your irritation, perplexity, minds unaffected plastic. Can't fuck with hashlingers, segregated raps contrasted.
I feast, pieces of meat stay stuck in my teeth. They fucking with me, lay deceased, don't play in these streets. Heavy traffic, we at it, we stay active. Big boss status, your talents remain average. You wax, stay mad at the fact I'm the total. It's DDB, absolute action, we smacking while y'all lacking. Rhyme diamond, elegant thug, divine timing, supreme clientele. Trying to sell, this is fine dining.
Is it new? Is this new?
Been out for a while. Yeah.
Okay, this is, see, my daughter's 19. She be putting me
She
on.
know about
Yeah,
she
yeah,
know about Big O.
Right.
Big O been out for a while. It's kind of like a open platform for everything down there, man. I mean, I done seen people showing their feet on there. Yeah, I mean, the more taps you get, you know, it's the more money you gonna make. See, they ain't got me off of there now. They got me off of there now. So it's kind of
IGO.
let me have you scoot out. Nah, the other way.
Other way out.
Yeah. I just want to try to make it look a little something. I should have.
Oh.
All right, yeah, there you go. Let me move this on then. Shout out to my boy, Ryan Townsend.
Oh, that's Ryan.
That's Ryan.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah, man. I grew up with my guy, man.
So good.
A lot of people like, you grew up with him.
I told him to give me some music lessons.
That's my nigga, man. Yeah, he been singing for forever, man. As long as I known him, man. When we was in the church, he was singing.
Them singing ones is different, man.
Yeah.
If I could sing, whew.
You ain't no singer, though.
I ain't no singer, man. But if I could,
I got you.
one day,
You don't put a little zero in it?
I swear I will. I'm going to change the game.
I got you. I want my big O to come back up. Not today, my friend. Let me see. They say Yo Live has been banned due to inappropriate clothing.
Inappropriate clothing.
Violation. Please comply with Big O Live's community conventions and maintain good community environment with us today. I'm banned for another 30 days because of some clothing that ain't nothing been showed in here of no damn clothing. Damn, bro. That's crazy, man.
Clothing, man.
Why y'all be doing me like that? I'm about to submit this, man. They got to go back and look at this. That's twice, man. Hey, homie.
What is this song called? I ain't never heard this.
Let me find out.
Okay. I feel like I've seen him perform this. I do like this song.
He has.
I see you, Ryan. I see you.
I'm gonna have to start going off on this one too. Just singing on this one. Can't believe, Big O. All right, what platform we going on today? Ooh, I can't go live on TikTok now. I had 10,000 followers, huh?
Is it 10?
10,000, I think.
No, because I have 8 and I can go live.
Let me see.
I'm already live on Facebook.
Oh, let me go live on there. On there.
To unlock the new secret.
Let me find out.
Man, why you always walk around with that damn backpack on?
You sound like my girl right now.
Sound like
Listen,
her
I gotta
girl
sneak
right
out the
now.
house with this motherfucker all the time. But if you
All
want to
right,
know the
man, fuck it,
background,
man.
my first girlfriend gave me this backpack.
Guess we
I'm
ain't
too
live
strapped
on
up
nothing
for
then.
this motherfucker. Can't leave home without it, I'm telling you.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah.
Am I the only one hearing this?
No, I hear it too.
Do they hear it? Do they hear it?
Yeah, this is my version of the intermission switching with Oklahoma artists. You know, so we blasting our own stuff. You know, it ain't no outside music going on. You get what I'm saying? That's all it is. All right, man. I guess let's do it like this. Me? I know. I was sitting there looking like something don't look right. Man, what platform can I use, man? I got an Instagram already, man. I don't know no other platforms, man. I guess I should have downloaded whatchamacallit. Get you in the clip, I ain't even got to reload. Walk in the club.
Shout out to Young Big. I got a couple songs with Big.
Oh, me, I heard y'all supposed to be doing y'all thing together, man. I seen some of it. All right, Big O, y'all some mothers. I guess we just gonna go all Facebook today and Instagram. Okay,
mad that he using our caps on the internet, trying to send a thread. We ain't into that, nigga. Boy, you all
Lieutenant P.
feelings about the little trick, then you better
You going hard too?
I got 2 straps in the backpack, 9mm and 9 inches of dick.
No.
Nigga, your bitch. And if he get out of line, headshots put in your shit.
You got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing at all. Ain't that what we was saying?
What he said, don't say nothing, huh?
That's just for tonight. Way too player. Girl, ain't no
What they
feelings in
said,
here.
man.
I run the town like the mayor. Got the key.
Traders, I'm gonna have to
If you get greedy, got niggas that sweep up your street with the sprayer. Yeah, niggas be talking.
turn you up over here so I can hear you. Yeah. All right, man. Bri Deville in the building, y'all. This is how we gonna do it, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for tuning in for the first half. Second half, man, Art2O is presenting, man. We got Bri Deville in the building. And y'all know how we do, man.
Hey.
We always repping for our own. The purpose for this is to go ahead and keep pushing our Oklahoma artists out to the forefront so we can create this market. Y'all know the market's on the way, man. So much behind the scenes that's happening on my end, man, I just ain't going to talk about. But as long as we keep doing this work and keep on connecting and doing what we doing, y'all over here making sure that we in tune with each other, we all going to be good with this market that seems like it's on the way.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. All right, now, Bri Deville in the building, y'all. One more time. Now, why Bri Deville, though?
So everybody asks me this, and everybody it's always not what you think, like every time. So I'm about to hit you with it.
Hit us.
I was dressed up as Corella for Halloween one year.
Black and white.
It was a freestyle. Swear to God, it was a freestyle contest. One thing led to another. Bam, Bri Deville.
Yeah. Said
Yes,
it was
yeah.
one. So
It definitely didn't come from the Cadillac or nothing like that.
I know Cadillacs.
Swear to God.
That's what I thought you was talking about. You was old school, and you had what you call it? You was going off of just that.
No.
Off of some old school. I was like, all right, she must know about the slant in the back then, man. She must have been doing some things.
Yeah. But that's not how the name was derived.
That ain't what it was?
No.
All right, so Bri Deville just came off of just the Cruella Deville.
Corella.
So you just put the Bri on it. Is that to come off your name, any or?
Brittany, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's make it plain now. I just wanted to make sure, man. And you said the age, not for everybody, right?
Not for
everybody, but you said it was one of those that put you up there somewhere where you got well, I ain't gonna put you out there.
Don't do me.
She said she got a kid.
Ain't no shame to my game. I ain't worried about it.
I hear you, man. So they all gonna know you anyway. I mean, Oklahoma is all kind of, knitted tight anyway.
In the music, yes. Well, I feel like kind of.
You don't think that people know each other outside of music?
Well, yeah, most definitely.
I mean, just because
people in the music know each other more, than, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that because y'all trying to do the work together? Or?
I mean, I feel like there you got the music that do shows, show people.
Yeah.
Then you got, you know what I mean? Then you got like but pretty much they all at the end come together so everybody know everybody, in the music game.
It has been a lot of collaborating going on. You was talking about that you did a little bit collaborating with Vic. Anybody else out here you looking to do something with too?
Well, I did Boosie. I got a Boosie feature.
Oh, yeah?
I do, yeah.
Is that one where you had the PFO?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, I know Boosie ain't playing. I know Boosie ain't playing.
Shout out to Big Mud, but I didn't have to peel.
So you signed is what you're saying?
No, I won a contest.
Oh, you won a contest, so that's
a feature.
That's how it came about.
Right.
Okay, so that's how you got the feature with Boosie, and off of that, how long ago was that? Then?
Not too long ago. It was I want to say like 3, 4, 5 months ago.
And that's the one you sent me right here.
Yeah.
Is this the one you want to go ahead and?
Yeah.
All right, man, because, man, I want to figure it out because I didn't know it was like that type of party,
That type of party?
I said we getting features out here, so you went in contest.
Yeah,
so did anybody had entered this contest or what?
Oh, yeah, everybody. In the end, it ended up being like, okay, C versus Tulsa because it was me versus a dude from Tulsa, like after it was all like down to the finals.
I'm starting no shit up here now. We done already kind of did it, though.
Hey, let me tell you something. The funny thing is, the guy that was in the finals with me and him ended up doing a feature. Like, me and him are friends now. So, yeah, it ain't no bad blood at all.
All right, I was just trying to say, because
you
they was saying that we had smoke with Tulsa, man. So,
no, I love Tulsa.
I wanted to make sure we ain't had no smoke coming around this way,
I love Tulsa.
T-Town is our motherfucking home, too, man,
With Tulsa.
Yeah. So she said, "Young, little Boosie, man, I be ready to call him Young Boosie. Y'all don't know why, man. I guess I'm still rocking with
Lil Boosie.
Yeah, when he said that if I got 20 in here, I'm pussy. That's when back in the ballers days, man. Look, man, we ain't there. All right, man. Bri Deville in the building, y'all, man. We got Big Bri Mud Boosie with We Outside. What it's called?
We Outside.
We Outside. Let's go.
So let me tell y'all something.
Who is? Who in prison?
Y'all remember X-Rated?
So
Mud's on some X-Rated shit.
Oh.
Behind the Walls. Paid for his Boosie feature from Behind the Walls.
Okay.
Then gave it back to the community with the content.
So you say he networking in while he locked up?
Swear to God.
Making money while he locked up? In Balenciaga locked up.
I'm not even blind.
Oh my goodness.
Tulsa rapper.
Let's go. He rapping in.
Yeah, he doing his thing. Shout out to Big Mud.
For the bro, who gon' love me? I don't know. Who will shoot it? Let me know. I'ma shoot a little no more. 23 double O. I'm official, bet they know. She pick it up and drop it low. She poppin' pussy at the store. It don't matter where she go, the baby, she gon' steal the show. And she got that motion, she be posting in designer clothes. She don't need no BBL, baby, she a natural. You look 20, but you 32. I'm loving how you swallow too. I'm tryna put a dick on you. I'm tryna put a kid in you. Amazing what a burger do like Kobe had a blinker. All the ghetto bitches loving you. All hit die, bitch. I said on your block, bitch. Had a way you throw that ass, got me feeling nice shit. Yeah, she a fucking nigga, baby. She a ratchet. And she love a nigga, baby. No, I'm a con, bitch. She a real street, bitch. I'm a real street, just certified free, bitch. Bar ass cheap, bitch. Sneaky link me, bitch. Pull up where you be, bitch. Pretty ass feet, bitch. Never spill a tea, bitch. It's the reason why I fuck with you. It's the reason why I spurs on you. 4 seasons, I'm a friend as you. All the bad bitches wanna fuck on you.
Ball head, dog, bitch. Probably let us all hit. Pussy street, bitch. Pretty ass feet, bitch. Soft ass cheeks, bitch. Wet, link shit. Bet I make you see, bitch. Sneaky link, bitch. Head red, wig, sexy red. Put a nigga straight to bed. Probably take his
He come on in, huh?
Tryna nut it. Know you a hoe on the low. Still I'm coming you. Blow a bag on the beat. With your fine ass. Casamigo when we hit. Turn up. Ain't no wine glass. Pull up on your block, bitch. Stunting in that drop, bitch. Come and get that top, bitch. Boosie Boo a street nigga.
Yeah, real street, bitch. I'm a real street, just certified free, bitch. Bar ass
Boosie.
cheap, bitch. Sneaky link me, bitch. Pull up where you be, bitch. Pretty ass feet, bitch. Never spill a tea, bitch. It's the reason why I fuck with you. It's the reason why I spurs on you. 4 seasons, I'm a friend as you. All the bad bitches wanna fuck on you.
Got it, so I'm spinning, bitch. Viral, so I'm trending, bitch. Bossy pussy, all in suits is bossy pussy. Lot of spit that's glossy pussy. Pussy fat at boasting, bitch. Riding the dick of coasting, bitch. Fuck you to sleep, then I'm popping codes. Get the bread, then I'm out the dough. Type you wanna know. Wanna fuck it slow. Pretty eyes, pretty lips. Sliding it and then I grip. Slimy, keep it slick. Rich bitch, I'm a rich bitch, a rich bitch. Throw a fit up on the dick. Yeah, I make it goofy. Dizzy like a roofie. Bend me over, then you do me. Sweet bitch, street bitch. The type you wanna keep, bitch. You wanna keep me. It's Bri Deville.
Bitch.
Y'all heard it yourself. Y'all heard it yourself. Boosie didn't make that come out of her. She came out of that herself.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Come on now. She got nasty on it.
What else was I supposed to do on that?
Come on now. You showed your trueness out of that one, man.
Yeah, I did.
Man.
But see, I had time because the contest he was doing was the same beat. So I knew that beat very well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I did 3 rounds with that same beat. So by the time it was time to do my verse.
Was you
like,
freestyling or was you
was.
You was?
Well, kinda.
Kinda.
Let me just be real. Kinda.
That's something that you had cooked up already? That
Yeah.
you'll
like,
make work to the beat?
Yeah, I'm not finna just do
Come in.
anything.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, that beat was very well. I was very well with that beat by the time it came that I did the feature. So
I see, man. Can you do anything with that feature, or is that held by Boosie?
So Mud just dropped it, the regular one, which is him and Boosie. You know what I mean? I'm on the remix. Yeah.
So they don't put that out.
Not yet, he said. You know,
okay.
I mean, I got it on YouTube and shit, but he said that it's even taken theirs like shit almost a year for him to drop theirs.
They probably trying to figure out how they can.
I don't know what.
Snatch it up real fast, cause
All
I mean
I
the
know
beat's stupid and it sounds like a Boosie type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't know how. I mean, I ain't say no crack to you or nothing. I'm just saying, like, I don't know how he gonna feel about just pussy on it. Yeah. I heard what he's saying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you.
You know, but you know how Boosie want to freak it though.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Plus, he incarcerated recording it. You know what I mean?
And it ain't no way that they can really like take you out of it though, because it's like you
there.
won that contest and that's like you in there.
I'm in there. But at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, if he paid for a Boosie feature, I don't know how it worked from there. You know what I mean? I didn't pay for it. He did.
Yeah, well, I know those Boosie features. They was going for a deal for a little bit, but now they back up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of those would be one of the ones that would, could, help elevate your career, done right with
it. It already has.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how so would you say?
Just because I started networking with Tulsa people, like before then I hadn't. Like since me and little Kid 3, the one who was in the contest with me, I started doing music with him and get to know people out in Tulsa, and I feel like that. Tulsa's talented. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Tulsa's got some really good artists. Like, I'm a big fan of some Tulsa artists, and in that way it has, you know what I mean? And then
has it been any type of talks with the Tulsa artists about, trying to come and collaborate down here, or even reaching out to even think that we can make this a little bigger on both of our sides?
Oh, most definitely. Like, we've got people, I feel like, in the middle that's trying to do that already. Like, there's a couple promoters. Like, I know a couple promoters that are, like, real,
in Tulsa?
Hell yeah. Like, KO, my homeboy, shout out to KO. He's real big on, Tulsa, bringing Tulsa and Oklahoma City together. But Tulsa's talented. Like, Oklahoma City is too, but Tulsa's got a lot more artists, I feel like, than we do. Not necessarily talented, just in numbers.
Well, and I done seen a lot of artists come out of Oklahoma, so that's like just to say that they have a lot more. It's just like, damn.
Right. Well, at least that I'm seeing.
Yeah. And you be out on the scene like that, what you saying?
I used to. I got a really good job, so I've been working all the time now.
Yeah.
I don't got time anymore, but I used to. I'd be at shows all the time.
Yeah.
Support, yeah.
So you doing a lot of paid shows like yourself too, or?
Honestly, like, I'm really just now starting to take myself serious and focus on myself seriously. So no.
No.
Like, I don't even really look at it like that yet. Like, I ain't made it there. I'm still trying to get a catalog.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, we all got to start from somewhere. It's just to really grasp on how you coming in this and creating your own, lane.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I'm still trying to find my own sound in a sense. Like, I know it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I feel like I kind of like played on one like type, and everybody like loved it, but I don't want to just be that.
Yeah.
So I'm just still working on, perfecting my own craft.
What made you want to step into this, though?
I mean, I started doing music like forever ago, 14 years ago, but I didn't take it seriously. I was just like, literally, I could record myself like on a program before I even knew how to like started rapping. Like, I had a boyfriend that was, into music, and I would just record for him. And just one day, him and his homeboys was like, "We need you on a song," and that's kind of just how it started. But
all right,
yeah.
We got G Clemens in the building. He said Tulsa need to connect with the O, just like Armor need to connect.
Yeah, Armor's got some like X-Man. I know a bunch of like they got good artists too.
Most definitely. Yeah, we did have X-Man on the show, man. He was telling us about a little bit of it, man.
Yeah.
But they definitely need to tap in and or even make it accessible for some of us to be find a way to access them.
And I feel like the ladies is doing it. I see the OKC ladies out there in Tulsa doing shows and vice versa, but I don't really see the
Men.
Mm-mm.
That's because of probably on the paid side too, though.
That's true.
And it has to, like what I said along this market while we trying to build. I think we should think a little deeper than that. And I know we always go back to like the paid part of it, but we should definitely think deeper on it if we're gonna do like free shows. It should be some type of promotion that's gonna guarantee you get this amount of followers, or guarantee you have this amount of people at the show, or something along the lines. If you're gonna be trying to put along like a free show, it has to be like a perk on top of perk.
Yeah.
For both sides is all I'm saying.
I know artists that they do both. Like I know artists that'll pull up just to support, and he could literally go to a show and get paid like good for it. You know what I mean? He do both. Like I know a few artists like that are good and go travel, doing music. I feel like it's just kind of like I don't know.
Yeah,
I be the medium out too.
Well, I be thinking that people don't be wanting to get down that road, especially if it ain't
if there ain't no money involved.
Yeah, because
some of them do though. A lot of artists do.
Yeah, a lot of them do, man. I think they should use it though too, just to build their own, fan base up.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because a lot of artists I'm fans of, I would never known had I not went to a show that wasn't probably a paid show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out to Moneywave for doing his thing, because he's one of the only ones doing shows here.
Yeah, he's setting it up around here,
He's setting it up. He been setting it up.
He is one of the ones, man. Shout out to him, man. So you said that you've been doing this again. How long again? You said
like 15. I started learning about it, just sitting back and watching them do it, learning the program and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I kind of got with somebody that thought a white girl would never make it. So I let him get in my head. I quit messing with it.
Yeah. So what changed then? So you just was like, fuck it, I ain't.
Broke up. No.
so it was a dude that was keeping you down.
I mean, I was young. When you young, you let. Right.
You had to leave that nigga.
Yeah.
Was it that nigga?
He must have been.
Oh, okay. I was trying to make
Fuck
sure.
you, I'm a rap. Shit.
So was he with Caucus Descent or?
This was a long time ago. I was young. I'm older now. Can't nobody motivate my feelings.
Well, he was asking what's his race.
Yeah.
I've never been with no Caucasian. I don't even know what that's like.
Oh, okay. So we was just trying to figure out. You had to leave where the motivation was coming from. What was stopping it?
He just didn't do music himself, and I feel like that kind of makes a big difference.
Yeah, he probably was looking at it like, nah, you don't need to be trying to step into this culture. A lot of us would be looking like that on
it's hard for us.
a lot of
for me.
you know.
You don't understand. Like it's different.
Yeah, I mean, cause we asking too, like, what would you bring to the culture then? Like,
Right.
not just music wise. Like, what would you?
I feel like being a white girl and then rapping, it's like it's hard because people you have to watch. There's like a thin line between being maybe like not corny, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm critiqued worse. You know what I mean? Like every single thing I say is critiqued worse. So it's like, how do you got to find like I don't want to think too hard, but I don't want to not think at all. You know what I mean? So it's hard. Like, and plus nobody else is doing it. Like, there's not too many.
Not too many white girls in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Desi on. She was
Desi's
white. Yeah.
Amazing, and she's like the most motivational, like sweetest girl ever.
Y'all ever made a track together?
Huh?
Y'all ever made a track together?
No, but we have been trying to. Like, there's a few times we have been meant to link up. Desi is a good friend of mine. I really do like Desi a lot. She's so talented, for real.
Raya and her.
That's my daughter.
Them sad eyes look like. Man.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Why she sad?
I don't know.
Yeah, she gonna have to come here and tell us. But I mean, speaking of your daughter being in here, so what's the support system like then?
Oh, I got a support. If I got anything, I got that. I mean, how you think I got the Boosie feature?
Yeah.
That's how I won.
Yeah.
I do got a lot of support. You know what I mean?
It was a lot of people voting on it, huh? So it was a lot of people came out, and it was an online type deal, and they just clicked your name for it.
Correct.
It was your music on there, or was they just?
They were going off of the little freestyle video we did.
Oh, okay. Where this freestyle video at?
It's on. You can go to. It's on Big Mud. Go to Big Mud's page and just like look at his videos. You'll see me in the car doing some random shit.
All right. Raya said, hi, mama. G said, she right, because Venom stay dripping been killing it from the O.
Oh yes.
And not a lot of folks know her.
I love it.
I definitely don't, man. I've been trying to get hip to a lot of folks, man, around here, man. That's why I say I'm trying to build my Oklahoma catalog up. So we still encourage folks to send your music in, submit that shit to the damn Durka Durka podcast, the radio station, man. Because just like I was trying to show, my boy Trey right here. I was trying to show him a song from Lieutenant P. And I was trying to go on YouTube to find it.
I like that name.
Huh?
She don't like that name, man.
Why you don't like Lieutenant P?
Like I said.
Oh, man. She
don't
gonna make it a little sad face.
Come on, I ain't seeing the scene. Trey Deuce on the other side. He can see, man. I can't see, man.
Trey over there got like X-ray, can just see a person's feelings.
Trey can see it. I can't see it, man.
He
So,
said if we don't got nothing nice to say.
well, we got to say it, though, here, because this is the place to say it.
I just call what I see, you know.
Well, Yeah. When I was looking up Lieutenant P's song, I was trying to let him play one that I had heard somewhere. I couldn't find it. I went on YouTube, tried to search it and everything. I just couldn't find it.
Right.
So the one main reason why we created this Durka Durka Radio is for us to be able to find our songs in one place.
That's right.
It's pretty self-explanatory. You just go on there like, okay, I could type in this song, I could type in this person, their music come up, and it's like that because you already got YouTube. It already got an algorithm. It already got a platform that's built up for folks that got a name that's right. Lieutenant P. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to give you Oklahoma's version.
That's right.
Where you can find it. So this is where we keep on saying submit your music. I can't, he can't, they can't, we can't do it all for you. Is all I'm saying. Right. We need a little bit of your help. We created the page, we created the platform. Is all we need is for you to just be like, all right, let's just start using this, and then we see what come out of it. Shout out to Pops. He the main creator. If y'all didn't know, behind the scenes, he one of the main creators of this show.
Shout out to Pops.
You know what I'm saying? But getting back to the show, we know we got the support system, man. So the work ethic. Now, hold on. We want to ski past. I see Raya, she said, I'm always going to be her number one supporter, mama. Shout out to you. Support your mama.
As she should.
But on the music side, like, how many projects this year would you say, like, you've been on? Yours and somebody else's?
Maybe 15.
15? And these is all local, right?
Correct.
All right. And any of these, like, y'all just playing with it or y'all just putting it out to see, like you said, to build up the catalog first so y'all can have something to be able to present to people, or?
I can't speak for them because most of them already got one. Me, I don't. So I am trying to build up my catalog, but for the most part, yeah. There's a couple of them we're still on a project. Like me and D-Lo. I don't know if you know who D-Lo is. Yeah. If you don't,
no, not D-Lo for sure.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you know anything about like the battle rap scene. I didn't, and I started watching D-Lo's battle raps. He's from Oklahoma. He's very well known in the battle rap game, and it taught me it showed me some different level shit. Like,
yeah,
it's completely something I had never seen before, and it really gave me a different respect for that area. And he's amazing.
I only really know Dre Gaines in that aspect.
So I want you to research D-Lo, okay? And he's got like millions of YouTube videos with him battle rapping. He's amazing. He's won many contests. He went out. He's gone traveled and all kind of shit. He's amazing. But yeah, I got a couple projects with him. We're still in the process of working on right now.
Yeah, he a rapper too?
He's a rapper too.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So that's like some stuff we've took time to work on. There's some other ones that's just some random, let's just do a song stuff, you know what I mean? But for the most part, yeah, it's catalog building for me.
Now, you said that you was a freestyler, right?
No.
No? Okay, I thought I was going to catch you off guard.
I
was about to throw on a loudmouth beat real fast.
I fuck with loudmouth, though. I like loudmouth.
I was about to throw on a loudmouth beat real So in the process of building the music, you writing your own or somebody helping you with that?
I have always wrote my own.
All right, and the inspiration comes from?
It just depends. The beat, the moment, the vibe.
Is it real life stuff or is this like made up stuff?
I mean, it's never made up stuff.
Yeah.
But it's always real life stuff.
So they can connect to you is what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know Baby J the North is what Nicholas Ian Williams Campbell said?
He said what?
Nicholas Ian Williams Campbell came here and said, "Do you know my nigga Baby J the North?"
The North?
Yeah.
Like North Side?
Yeah.
North I do not.
And
I don't.
and Paul Loudmouth said, "Throw one on anyway." Laugh out loud. He said, "Go ahead and play my
I'm
shit."
with it. I know about him. Let's hear some shit.
He said, "Go ahead, man." We was trying to see if we get one of them spitting sessions in here, man. I was gonna come to them and ask them about if we can rebuild the booth up in here so we can see if we could test some of these rappers out here in Oklahoma. You know, cause I'll step in there with y'all if y'all think I'm pussy, man. I ain't no rapper.
I mean, I would.
You know what I'm saying? But we can. You know what I'm saying? We could put a camera in the booth, man. Somebody had gave me this idea. If it was you, go ahead and tap back in and take your credit.
Yeah.
But I forgot who you was. But your message that's in the music though, saying that let's just say is it something that's gonna build the culture up, or is it just basically let's keep up with what the rap is about now?
Okay, so that's a great question. So currently, I feel like that's what it looks like it is, but it's not. Because I've got other things in the works that are more, you know what I mean, like in depth and more, you know, relatable and serious. Right now, I feel like they just so happens I got the way shit's worked out is I've been on some tracks that look like I'm just on some
on that same type
shit,
of stuff.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm not, you know.
All
I mean,
right.
I got other things that I'm actually putting my time and my, you know what I mean, and my actual pen to that are some real life serious like artistry shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So putting your thought process in it then.
Yeah.
What message would you say to the newcomers then if they trying to go ahead and break over into the aspect of writing for themselves and on a building part, to not put them in the same bubble with the rest of the mumble rappers, I would say, and maybe be on some more genuine.
It's hard for me to give advice when I'm still a newcomer, you know what I mean?
But you've been 15 years in the game, man.
I'm just writing, but not like.
That's in there. That's in there. Wouldn't you say, man? How old your child?
We 19.
All right, then that means that went through some time then to grow then.
I had
so
a lot of shit to write about.
15-year-olds grew to a time.
I know.
So, you know.
But, I mean, the older you get, the less you give a fuck, right?
Man, but this supposed to be y'all shit,
how
though.
life get better is by not giving a fuck, I feel like.
Man, I thought this is y'all shit. Y'all love the music. Y'all out here trying to, you know, build, and we doing, we passionate. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like
in all aspects, though, I want to learn. Eventually, I'm trying to learn how to record videos. I'm trying to produce. I'm trying to make. I know how to make beats, but not from the ground up. I'm working on my sample beats and shit. Like I'm learning. Like I like learning about it in every different kind of aspect. Like I'm interested in all that shit.
Yeah, and G came in. He said he late, but D-Lo dope as fuck, battle rapping song wise.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out and see what he talking about, man. See, man. Oh, y'all can definitely send them my way, man. You know, we definitely trying to build this catalog up over here too, man. We over 100 shows in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we going on 2 years, man. You know, so we doing our thing over here. Catalog definitely growing. But he said you don't have no words for the newcomers because you're a newcomer, 15 years in the game.
I was 15 consecutive. You know what I mean?
I got you. All right, so being presented with a once in a lifetime opportunity that takes you to the next level. What does that moment mean to you?
It means everything.
It means everything. Like how do you go about it? Like they had to have heard one of your songs that was actually something that reached we'll say a good following amount of people, you know, because we know that the social media game is one of the driving figures of the industry, is to be able to reach the masses.
Right.
So you created a song that created the masses, and it's one of those ones that that they kind of drawn up for you as well.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Is that something that you go along with too? Like, cause I'm asking this to go out to ask a different question after this.
You're setting this up.
Yeah.
You're setting this up for something else. So, I don't know. At first, I thought you was going somewhere else with it, and then I'm not.
I'm going there.
Right.
I'm going there.
So, it depends. I mean, the older you get, the wiser you get. You know, wisdom.
Yeah.
You know, time creates wisdom. So I'm smarter now. So I know that I'm not just gonna jump into anything, and I'm always gonna put my time into something if I feel like it's worth it. If it's not, I might put some time into it, not much. You know what I mean? But if it's worth it, I'm gonna put time, and I'm gonna look into shit, and I'm gonna research shit, and I'm gonna figure it out.
All right.
And I'm gonna ask somebody if I don't know. You know what I mean?
you would say that you independent then, or
Most definitely.
you trying to get signed by somebody?
Neither. I don't know. It just depends. Like
I mean, but the deal to come with you getting signed, where they
That's the
talking
deal.
about I'm gonna sign you for this amount of money.
I'm getting signed. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And
Fuck, you gotta start somewhere. No, I don't know. It depends. It depends the deal.
I mean, cause is you reading the contract, or you getting somebody else to read the contract?
Getting somebody else.
I mean, cause
I'm getting somebody with I'm getting a lawyer to read the contract.
all right. So once that lawyer says it's good and they lock you in, you in that.
We in there.
All right, you locked into the industry.
Yes. Fuck it.
All right, so then they put this plate in front of you, and this plate got an assortment of party favors, we would call them. Some people use it to smell.
Shit that I've seen for it since I was. I'm 37. I've seen these party favorites.
You seen them? a lot of them keep them, on the regular, because they say it put them in a different place. But some of them smell them. Some of them taste them.
It's a matrix.
Yeah, just for you to figure it out.
And that's part of the contract.
This
Take it or not. Like you either got to do this.
I mean, they really trying to see if you do one of these though.
I'm good.
Is what I'm saying.
Like, I feel like it's only
because
what you let it be.
some people smoke, some people drink, some people some people play with their nose, and I ain't talking about buggers.
It's been a long time, and I'm old.
I hear you.
I've been there,
But they might want to bring you back because it's you in the atmosphere. It's hundreds of people in here, right? And it's just live. And then they got you in this separate room. You in here with P. Diddy and Jay-Z and all that. Allegedly. Only brought in Jay-Z too because they were saying that he was trying to be the scapegoat and was trying to really put P. Diddy up. So we're going to bring him in too. So Jay-Z was there too.
I'll be honest with you. A part of me, little part of me is like, fuck it, you only live once.
Yeah.
The bigger part of me is like, I've been there. Like this, it's not. I don't know. It's like I'm just not feeling that.
Okay, but then I'm glad you answered that like that. So then they got these cameras set up in the house, right? And they caught you doing some things because you was like, fuck it.
They wouldn't have caught me doing shit.
But they got these cameras, right? They got these cameras. They got these cameras, right? So they set up. Didn't nobody tell nobody they had these cameras. And they was like, damn. They said, damn. What they say, pussy popping? I do it on the dick. That's what she said on the show. So this is what they took all of. They put that plate in front of you. Yeah, and they went ahead and they was like, all right. So she said she do this now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this front of.
That don't happen in everyday life. It ain't gonna be P. Diddy or Jay-Z. That happens a lot.
But these people got money though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about the. We ain't talking. We ain't talking about the readily readily that y'all, the people that y'all got in y'all inbox asking for pussy all the time. Shit. Just because I like your eye color today. Shit.
But I get that. Yeah. I mean. Prove it.
Bring the tape, y'all, is what she said, goddammit. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Okay, let's get
it wasn't me.
Paul Loudmouth said, Dante Popeye Sr., they don't know D-Lo. We still I'm trying to figure out how I say, man, because y'all know, obviously, man.
We might have to research it.
Man, we're going to have to see, man.
That's a very good friend of mine.
You know, I had to tap him on in, man. Shit.
D-Lo, tap in.
So like we can go ahead and move to the next level, sound like.
That's your freestyler right there.
You know, like I said, man, I get in this booth with you, man. I ain't no rapper, man, but I rap with you.
There you go.
All right, now, did you have any type of role model or anything? I know I'm gonna go past that because we see what
role model.
Yeah, I'm just
most definitely.
yeah, I'm talking about that put you in the game, like had you thinking like, all right, I could do this.
Yes, most definitely.
Who was that?
Fame. He's a rapper.
You ain't talking about off 50 Cent show, is you? I'm just bullshitting.
No, it's a man from Oklahoma City.
I got you, man.
He did. Yeah, he's a role model, a very big role model to me.
All right, what'd he do?
He's a rapper.
And
he believed in me. He supported me.
He known around here too?
Most definitely.
Okay. I'm just hating that I ain't heard.
You gotta tap in.
I mean, you
Y'all
gotta
got
learn.
to tap in. I'm trying to find my Oklahoma folks. I need y'all to tap in, man.
That man D-Lo for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I thought y'all was talking about our partner D-Lo, man. You know, we got a D-Lo in our camp too.
Okay.
You know.
Everybody do, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Oklahoma is where you know people, and you're gonna stretch that same name out. Oh yeah, he out there a little bit. So in the motivational part, where did he motivate you at? Like, how was he helping to
keep me on the mic, to keep me putting out content, you know, to keep me out on it.
He wasn't doing this for no other reason, was he?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Trust me, I got all those signs down.
All right, let's get back to the music then. I feel like I be messy sometimes.
I mean, a lot of them do. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's hard being
a woman in this.
Swear to God, because you be thinking they want you to work.
I can see me doing something like that sometimes.
So you get it.
I get it, yeah.
Right.
Especially if I like something, you know, that I see.
And you're like, damn, I thought we was about to record, and somehow we just not.
But me, I would be like, we still can record, but can we record something else too?
Throw it. Like, y'all don't even try no more.
I mean, because if we gonna touch on that, man, you know,
This nigga Lil Matt said he gonna be the next episode.
Y'all got to do better.
The reason why we don't try.
Y'all got to do better, man.
Take that.
The reason why men, I feel like it's not trying nowadays is because we having nothing to try for. It's already being put out there.
It's not though.
I mean, this is my opinion.
Right.
You know, and I'm just
being put out there.
I mean, you see titties, you see ass, you see
lyrics.
You see lyrics talking about I'm on dick, I'm sucking that dick, I'm doing this.
You're like, shit, there you go.
It's no hiding it no more.
Oh, so we have to be more like
we don't like that promiscuous type stuff.
Y'all do or don't?
We don't. Men don't like that promiscuous type stuff.
I need a notebook.
That you put it all out. We like that kind of lady in the street freaking the bed type shit.
Okay, so we need to do less. For real?
Yeah. I'm glad you listen.
Ladies, cover up and do less.
Do less. Make it a little bit imagination. Then we like imagination. Why you think that men don't be fucking with dudes from the strip club like that?
I mean, that's different.
Come on now, they showing it all though.
Right. There's no like.
It can't be different. Y'all showing it. They showing it.
Right.
We see it.
I mean, everybody sees it. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't no mystery.
Right.
We got ours covered up. What if we were just walking around with it, just hanging out?
I mean, you'd be surprised.
Then y'all be like, what?
So the gray pants ain't nothing?
That ain't hanging out. That's only once a season.
That's the same thing as
That's once a season.
Lyrics.
So you a whore for wearing gray pants? I didn't know that.
I'm a whore for lyrics, and you a whore for gray pants. Shit.
I'm a whore for.
What's the difference?
I'm a whore for anything that turns a woman away from being a woman.
Right. If I'm anything, it's a woman.
That's my side of it. You know. Hey man, we gotta ask these questions so we'll know.
So do I.
Next Sunday,
see,
on the first part of the show, what you said, we're gonna have to discuss because I completely disagree.
I disagree too. I disagree too with the woman being covered up and shit.
What?
Yeah,
Come on with it.
Can't be like sexy.
Tell me what.
We are not allowed to be sexy.
We
can't talk
let's
sexy.
go now. Let's go.
We can't have no sex appeal.
Hold on, we got 6 minutes left on your time, huh?
Because I'm very I'm for sex appeal. Why wouldn't I be?
But that stuff is sex. It's just like when you showing it all, it's not sexy anymore. It's like I seen it.
Well, there's a difference between showing it all and showing it like sex, like.
It's me, bro.
Yeah. But what happened? Oh, okay. But showing it all though.
I mean, all or like, there's a difference between.
I mean,
Sexy
titties be
in
about to
you and
pop
on you,
out.
you know what I mean?
Okay, let me
Some people are just naturally sexy.
let me put it like this, showing it all. Did you see that video that was just put out about what happened at the Tree Lounge?
Oh
and
God,
that fight that was
Sure
happening.
enough did.
Did you see those splits in those dresses and those titties coming out everywhere? Now, do you think ladies should be behaving in that matter, especially dressed like in that matter
In life,
with
no.
their titties,
No.
you know, showing? That's what I'm saying. Like, how is we supposed to, you know, view you? Because you could look at my man's that was in the back that was just looking at it.
Yeah, he was like.
He just looking at it.
Security. What need the security? I swear he was the security.
Yeah,
he was like, what the fuck?
You know how this shit look to a man. You know what I'm saying? Like we the more aggressor in getting into it.
Okay, so I was confused because I'm meaning more like a action, like sexy. You can be sexy, but not.
Well, I'm just saying I was using that as a reference to the fact that they dress sexy and out there doing unsexy shit.
Right.
Like be sexy and still be sexy.
Right.
Like learn how to conduct yourself still.
It's how you carry yourself.
And I mean, I don't know what the fight was over. None of that shit, man.
It really don't even matter.
You know, it don't. You know, but hey, man.
I agree 100%.
Hey, shout out to y'all, man. Y'all fucking doing y'all thing still at the Tree Lounge, man. I don't go up there no more. Shit, I'll fuck with Ice over that. But it's more room and it's lighter. They got food. And they don't try to ban you whenever you ain't did shit. So
Where?
Oh, I go up to Ice and kick it.
Oh, Ice.
Yeah, you know, I used to kick it up at the Tree, man, but they ban people for no reason, man.
I work so much, like I don't even have time to go out.
All right, man. All right, let's get into this other song, man. We didn't let this damn show just get there, man. I always gotta put them on the spot, man. It always happens like that, man. You know. But it's Get It by Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri. That was that one. I heard this one, man.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri. All right, man. Let's tap into this one, y'all. Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri. Yeah.
This is one of them ones that sound like it went viral.
Get it, Bri. That's me. Get it, Bri.
Everybody's fucking with it.
Get it, Bri. Yeah, ho. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. That's me.
That's what some more would do. You know, I'm on my way up.
I see, man. This is what it was. Just need a little bit more people to help you. Yeah, I got you, man. Don't forget about us, though, too.
Walking these bitches, they flip, slip up, then flop. I'm offensive, she defending what she say. I'm really living. I ride without the ceiling. Stay dealing what I'm willing. This music should be healing. I have them and they feeling. Hide and go get it under the sheet. He eat me up, bon appetit. Born little bitch, I'm counting my sheep. Born little bitch, get it, Bri. Yeah, ho. Get it, Bri. Found my bag. Get it, Bri. That's me. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. Yeah, ho. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. Get it, Bri. That's me.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Get it, Bri.
Let's go. Yeah, but that's why I said one of the ones they been playing on the radio. One of them viral moment type deals. Now, I know you on short time, man. You got to get on that.
I gotta go to work.
I know, man. Let the people know where they can go. They can follow you at. Come get this music.
Man,
all that.
Bri Deville. That's it. And that's all on all platforms.
All platforms.
That's it.
You there, huh?
BRI. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap
I
in with
appreciate
us,
you
man.
guys.
You already
Thank
know.
you for coming by.
Hell
Great
yeah, man.
conversation.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. Make sure y'all go tap in with Bri Deville everywhere on all platforms, man. And tap in with the Durka Durka podcast on YouTube, man. We everywhere, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow us, man. DM Creations on Instagram. And I don't know if I want to let Big go. Y'all be doing me wrong, man. Doing me wrong. Don't get me wrong, man. But hey, shout out to y'all still, man. Dirty 85, man. We'll be back in a month.
In 30 days.
In 30 days, y'all. It wasn't pop this time, y'all. They must have shot some ass or something. Walk past the camera, man. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go like and subscribe, man. Though we need that, man. Still need the subscribers, man. Need them viewers and everything, man. That's fucked up, man. But on that note, y'all ain't got nothing else for the people, man. Tap in with us next week. We here all week long, man. Sometimes on Sunday, 5 o'clock. Tap in. It's your boy Dirty.
Boy Trace.
Bri Deville.
And we is out.